Uranus. Hey, no matter how you say it, he's trouble, baby. He's trouble. So hey everybody, it's me, Stella Wilde. I just wanted to pop in and let you know that yes, I am still here, still on YouTube. I haven't forgotten y'all, but there's some things going on. There's some things going on in my world, and I wanted to give you a quick update and also talk about the astrological influences that have been affecting my life. You know, we all live under the same skies, obviously. And, you know, I read all your comments. I know what is going on with everybody's having a lot of changes and transitions, and so am I. So let's get into it. I'm going to share a little personal stuff with you. If you're interested, keep watching. But I'm also going to talk about Uranus and his influence on my fourth house, where he is currently transiting. So the fourth house, as you may be aware, is all about our home, our family, our roots, where we live, how we live, who we live with. And my situation has changed. And that's why I have not posted as much on YouTube this month that you probably have noticed, because I have been in the delightful process of wrapping up a 20-year residence. So let me talk a little bit about this transition that's been going on, because it didn't just start a little while ago. It actually started back in August of 2020. And those of you who've been watching me for a while, you may remember that my house was hit by lightning. Uranus, there you go. So I was home at the time, and there was a terrible, just a regular storm, lightning storm, which we get a lot of them here in North Carolina, so it's not that unusual. But yeah, it was fierce, and for some reason, the lightning hit the chimney, the metal roof cap to the chimney, and it traveled down through the chimney and into the living room where I was sitting. It blew out my HVAC. It fried it. It fried out my hot water heater. It fried out my cable. Thank God the house did not burn down. But I was home at the time, so at least I could have rescued Ariel and me and my favorite deck of tarot cards and run out if we had to. But it was really, really scary. I got to thinking, like, what is the significance of this? Obviously, I mean, of all the houses it could have hit, it hit mine. Why? Well, why? And it was loud as F, you guys, loud as F. And so I was like, what is the meaning of all of this? Why? And, you know, I know Uranus, Uranus has been in my fourth house for a little while. So I was like, okay, this is Uranus transiting my fourth house. There's going to maybe be some electrical situations or lightning or, something like that. Maybe that's all that is going on. But I, made a note of it. Also want to give a shout out to one of my best friends who came and replaced the electricals on my hot water heater. Michael, thank you. Okay. Yeah. Oh my gosh. So I was like, I was out without hot water for like a week. It was crazy. All right. So fast forward to June of 2021, when I got a letter in the mail about the piece of property behind mine, which is only an acre large, but it faces, my house backs onto a major street. And this piece of property that's right behind mine is rather prime because it's on a corner of a major street in my town. We got a notice, our whole neighborhood, especially my street, that the developer who owned that piece of property wanted to put a building on it. In addition to that situation, the major road behind my house is being widened. So they're encroaching even closer, and then this builder wants to put a building there. So I went to the community meeting, and everybody, of course, was upset, and really the only motivation I can see here is greed, quite honestly. I mean, that's my feeling. But again, this was Uranus's doing. It was like shocking. This came out of nowhere. That guy had owned that piece of property as long as I had lived at the house for 20 years. He never said boo about it. And all of a sudden now he wants to build a building, like literally in my backyard. So if you hear noises, I'm sorry, the HVAC is coming on. So again, Uranus, I was like, what am I going to do? The widening of the road behind mine, also the construction noise has been terrible for the last year, and it's getting closer and closer to my house. In addition, there's lots of sirens. Those of you who've booked, private readings with me, sometimes I'm like doing a reading and there's like siren noises. It's been crazy. And, I was at that place for 20 years. I loved that little house very, very much. And in fact, when we had the Jupiter-Saturn conjunction in my 4th house Taurus back in the year 2000, that Jupiter-Saturn conjunction sets up a 20-year cycle. That set up a 20-year cycle for me of moving from Manhattan, moving to North Carolina, and then eventually getting into that house. All right, now, what was interesting too is I looked up the degree that Uranus was transiting in Taurus when lightning hit my house in August of 2020, and he was at 10 degrees. And Uranus moves very slowly. He goes forward, he goes backwards, and he takes 7 years to go through the whole sign when he's transiting. So, anyway, just keep that in mind. That's important. He was at 10 degrees. So we had this meeting in June of 2021. This developer is going to build a building. October or the fall of 2021, they're putting a lot of pressure on the people who have not signed over their rights for, them to build behind us. I, of course, refused. You know me. Aries like, no, you're not doing that. So honestly, when we had that full moon in Taurus, my 4th house, November 19th, 2021, I hit a wall, guys. I really was just beside myself because I knew I was going to have to make a change. And I have a lot of fixed energy in my chart. And, like I said, Taurus is my 4th house. I don't really like to move. I mean, who does really? But I'm a homebody. I like to be at home. I like to be surrounded by my books. You can see books, Buddhas, cats, plants. I love home stuff. I love being at home. I love home decoration. I'm always watching YouTube videos on that stuff. I love that stuff. So the fact that I had to really wrap my head around, I got to do something here before Uranus does his shenanigans again and forces me even more quickly to make a decision and maybe end up in a place I don't want to be. So I did. I hit a big wall at that full moon. That was a very intense full moon, November 19th. You guys, I'm sure you remember that. But so I hit a wall and I was like, all right, well, are you just going to sit here and be miserable, or are you going to make a decision? So I made a decision and I'm like, all right, I'm going to change this. I'm going to find a place where I can move nearby. Because my dad, as you guys also know, if you've been watching the channel, my dad is going to be 90, bless him, in June. I'm the one here in town for him. So I'm not going to just move willy-nilly, somewhere else and not be here for my father. So I'm like, I got to find a place where I know I can be calm and happy and quiet and do what I do best and not be distracted by noise and drama. So, November 20th, I went and saw this place, loved it, and boom, 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 everything fell right in line. And I moved on January 20th, which was exactly when, of course, the North Node was in Taurus, finally. Uranus went direct on January 18th, and guess what degree he went direct on? Yes, the 10th degree. The same degree he was on when he decided to throw a lightning bolt at my house. So it's fascinating. And astrology can keep you sane, let me tell you. I mean, even though you may be going through whatever you're going through, it can keep you sane because you see the patterns, you see the influences, you see what's what. And it gives you a grounding. It gives you, gives you power, because knowledge is power. And so, yes, it's been a little stressful. It's been a little OTT, but we're doing good. Ariel is adjusting. Last night was our first night here, and she had to explore everything. She's still sticking pretty close because she's getting used to everything. I need to set up my studio, my filming studio. So I will be getting that set up, but I just wanted to let you know that I haven't left YouTube. I will be coming up with a lot more videos, a lot more things happening probably in about another week. So sit tight, hang tight. I am coming back. And I encourage you to take a look at where Uranus is currently transiting in your chart. And especially now that he's gone direct again, and especially since the North Node is in Taurus now as well. So the North Node is about the next destiny of our life, a door opening. And Uranus, now that he's direct, may be opening up some very surprising doors for you. So see what energy may be activating for you. So I hope all of you are doing really, really well. And yeah, I'm excited about this next chapter. You know, we'll see what further doors open down the line. And yeah, so I'll be back soon, guys. All right, take care. And I'll see you again soon. Stella Wilde, signing out.